Got leftover Christmas ham? Then make ham loaf.
Topped with this glaze that is out of this world.
This is comfort food at its very best.
And can we talk again about that glaze?
Yes, we can.
Oh.
This brings meatloaf to a whole new level.
That's for sure.
I am not kidding.
I haven't had a ham loaf in decades.
Since the 50s.
Since long as we've been married, you've never made it.
I never have until now.
Since the 50s. I'm not that old.
Okay, so now let me just get going. Let's go. Let's make this glaze that, like you said, is out of this world. So this is a cup and a half of dark brown sugar. I've got a half a cup of apple cider vinegar, and then I've got 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. And we are just I'm gonna cook this and bring this to a boil.
Simple ingredients, people.
It's a knockout.
And we use it kind of as a gravy too, which is so good.
Sauce, yeah. So I'm gonna bring this to a boil. Okay,
sauce, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So I got the loaf pan here. I just want to get it sprayed. So
that's just a standard like bread loaf pan.
Yeah, you just don't want, we want to form the loaf in that. You don't want it to stick. So that's why I'm spraying that.
Yeah.
All right. So now we've got this amazing ham that Chris had grinded or ground. What's the word? Earlier. This is a mangalitsa ham that we had for the holidays.
You remember we showed you guys this ham before. It's from our friends Mangalitsa Estate. Order from them. Use the discount code
Loon 25.
You get 25% off. It was amazing. But we had so much. We were like, let's make a ham loaf.
Yes, and this is cooked. This is a smoked cooked ham, and then we glazed it some more. Did we glaze it a little more?
We did.
Yes.
So I'm bringing this to a boil, and then I'm going to reduce the heat and let it simmer, and you can do this well in advance.
Okay, so now let me put together the rest of this loaf.
Loafing off,
I know.
would you?
So I've got some ground pork. That's 1.5 pounds of ham, cooked ham, and this is ground pork. This is not cooked. And so I've got that ground pork.
A pound of ground pork.
Pound of ground pork. I have got a cup of Panko breadcrumbs. So good.
Yum.
Some people put a little graham cracker crumbs in there too.
Well, not some people. We've done that before. Who are these people?
I know, but it was a little too sweet for me. Anyway,
We've been playing around with this recipe, and we tried it with graham crackers. Some people. I'll admit it, and it was good. It was good.
It was a little too sweet. And then we got an onion that we chopped up, just a medium-sized onion.
A cup of chopped onion.
Then I've got a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese.
Grated.
Grated. Then I have some fresh thyme. This is a tablespoon of fresh thyme that's chopped. Then some parsley, fresh parsley, tablespoon chopped. And then I've got some Worcestershire. I love the Worcestershire with the ham. Worcestershire sauce. And then it's a tablespoon of that as well.
Yep.
We're going to throw that in there for some lovely taste. Then we have some, half a cup of tomato sauce. Yeah. No ketchup was harmed during the making of this loaf.
Yeah.
And then we have some milk. It's a 1/4 cup of milk.
That's a half a cup of whole milk.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, it didn't have the measurement on it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and then we have eggs, 2 whole eggs. I am just going to town.
Yeah.
I've had it easy the last couple of recipes. I'm cooking this time.
Yeah.
2 eggs.
Okay, let me start clearing some of this out of the way for you.
And then I have a tablespoon or a teaspoon of salt. And then probably, I think I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of pepper.
Is that what you think you're going to do?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. I thought about it, and I think that's what I'm going to do.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So the Loon is.
Now I gotta get that out of the way. I gotta get in here. Get in here.
Using the best kitchen tools in town.
That is right.
Your hands.
Yes, and so you're gonna have to grab everything else. Yeah. My hands are clean, but I bought them and put them in gloves.
That's true.
Okay, look at that, you guys.
Yeah.
Coming together nicely. I'm glad you added that milk. We did it one other time and didn't add that milk, so it's just a little dry. Just a little.
So anyway, if you may be thinking, I don't have a meat grinder, that's okay. You can You can grind your ham in various ways. You can get a knife and just continue to chop it till it's ground. You got to watch see how my glaze here really boils up.
Yeah, you got to calm down.
But just keep an eye on it.
Can that glaze just sit around?
It can, and it's going to stay somewhat of a thin consistency until you start glazing it on the ham, and then it creates this like crust, and it's incredible. All right, I'm going to turn it off.
All right,
so you can also do if you have a large food processor, or you can do it in your smaller food processor as far as grinding the ham. I've done that many times, and it just makes the perfect consistency.
I think I've got a good consistency here going on. All right, so I'm going to take this, bring that a little closer to me.
Okay.
I'm going to just start shoving it in there.
Just shove it in.
Shove it in there. I'm going to pack it down.
Best. I'm telling you guys. So when we started thinking about what are we going to do with our leftover ham, because we had quite a bit. The ham sandwiches are delicious. We've done we have a crock pot, a slow cooker with ham and potatoes and cheese that is delicious. But we started doing some research, and I came across ham loaf, and apparently they were very, very popular like back in the 50s.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone was doing ham loaves, and they kind of fell out of, I don't know, just the popular way to use leftover ham. And I don't understand why they've lost their popularity, because these are knockout. Oh my gosh.
Wow, this is taking me a long time. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Look at that. I've got that thing in there.
Okay.
I've got her in there.
You got her in there.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get this.
Now, the reason you may be thinking, okay, well, why do they have this? We use this loaf pan to just form the loaf. Now we're going to do the unthinkable, and
here, I got it.
Move that out of the way.
Okay, there you go. Throw it there. Throw it. Come on.
Oh dear.
Ready?
We're going to invert it.
Invert it.
And you're probably going to want to have to bang the.
Yeah. Bang it a couple of times. Okay, here we go, people.
And it just helps keep that loaf shape. If you could also just form it with your hands and not use the loaf pan, but it just makes for a little more. Just give it a good whack.
Whacking it.
Okay. Is she coming out?
Yes.
She's very comfortable in that pan.
I packed it.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Now, see, like I said, you don't have to do that, but the beauty of that, I mean, you almost want to serve it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's raw pork in there.
Probably wouldn't be advisable.
Look at that. So I'm just going to scooch this stuff up to get it part of. Oh, you guys, look at that.
That's good.
Right,
okay, we've got our oven. We've got our oven preheated to 350 degrees.
Yes. Here, do you want to take that, Chris?
Yes. Okay. And we're going to bake this. I'm going to put it in there in the middle rack for 45 minutes, and then we're going to start glazing it. And it's going to go for a total of approximately an hour and a half.
Yes.
Oh, the smell is already out of this world.
Look at her.
Oh, looks so good.
She is. Oh, look at that.
So she's about halfway there. Now we're going to start glazing, and you may get a little crack here or there. That's okay. It's it's
this, it adds. It's the character.
That's right. It adds. It does give it character.
Look at that.
So now we're going to just liberally add. Make sure what you want to do is. Leave enough of this glaze behind for dipping purposes or to serve tableside. Isn't that beautiful?
Do you need some help?
Yeah, please. And it's like I said, it's kind of thin right now. As it bakes, it will get nice and turn into just like this glaze. Oh, the smell.
That'll hold it together too. That's like a glue.
It is like
it's
a
like
glue.
a glue.
It's like a glue. Okay, so we're gonna let this.
Yes.
We're gonna let this go for another 45 minutes. You want to get an internal temperature in the range of 165, and that's typically going to be. This is a nice. Pretty big loaf that we got here.
Big one.
So I would say an hour and a half should be good, but now we want to continue to baste it. So I'm going to baste it every 15 minutes for the next 45 minutes, which is going to be fun, and then she's done.
Yes.
This smell is so good.
Oh, and it looks, you've been glazing
I know.
it.
So every 15 minutes, I just opened up the door and I glazed it. Oh boy. So now.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, look at that.
I'm going to put that on a big slice of bread.
Oh, I know. Oh, my God. These make the best sandwiches. So
Yay!
So let's add a little more glaze just for the fun of it.
I see she's kind of has some fissures.
She's split a little bit, but that's normal.
She's still holding together.
That's normal with a meatloaf.
Oh
my gosh, this is so good. And you see, this is just all of this along the side is normal. That's from my glaze. It just darkened.
Also some you know, from the.
Yeah, it's gonna render a little bit of the fat. Not much. That was
fat.
It was pretty lean.
I was trying to
ham.
say something nice about it, not fat.
So it's pretty lean. The other thing I was going to say, and I didn't say this before, you'll see right here we've got our silicone mat down. Because this does have some seepage, it makes cleaning up super easy. If you don't have a silicone mat, then put down, say, parchment paper.
Get a silicone mat.
Silicone mat, they're good. I'll have a link to it in the description. Now we need to let this just chill and just hang out for a little bit. Let those
get it all back
let
in
those
there.
juices kind of redistribute. And it also, if you cut into it right now, it would be great, but it's so tender and so juicy, it'd probably fall apart on you a little bit. So we're gonna let it go. I would recommend anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, and then we chow down.
Yes.
Look at that! Isn't that beautiful?
I am blown away by this ham steak.
It is
ham loaf.
Ham loaf. So you know, we let it sit for about 20 minutes, and you want it to kind of just get comfortable.
Yeah, it just kind of started coming together.
Yeah, and then we got a couple of spatulas. It moves pretty easily. Just if you can get a helper, that helps. And then just scooch it over to your platter.
Yeah,
We put it on this.
This is very rustic.
It's rustic. We garnished it with little herbs, you know, because why not? It's beautiful, right? Okay, so now my favorite
Cut
thing.
me off a big, please.
I'm gonna cut you a nice slice.
Oh, just give it to me.
Come on, stay together.
There we go.
Oh boy. Let's let this just kind of come on over. I want it to be a nice, pretty picture.
There we go.
Oh, look at that. Doesn't
That's
that look
gorgeous.
good? Now we've got this is begging to be served with some mashed potatoes.
Right there.
So we've got our freshly made, homemade, best ever mashed potatoes. Serve it right on
Guys.
top there.
Look at that. I am dying.
Look at this, Wesley. Nice.
Nice.
All right, I'm putting this right
You
on.
guys, I don't know which is the best way to show you.
Well, you got it. Now we got a little of this sauce to serve tableside.
Hold on. All right, come on, bring it on in.
Now let's bring in this delicious sauce. Oh, boy.
Heaven.
I'm in heaven.
Oh, Chris.
I am in ham heaven.
It's called hog heaven.
I know.
All right, look at that, you
my
guys. Oh, Chris.
My mouth is watering.
That is.
And then serve this with some green beans, rolls. It is the classic
Hold on.
retro comfort.
Hold just a little more of this sauce.
Well, it's not gravy.
I feel like it is.
There's a sweetness to it. So
Which I love.
I know.
And it's got that apple cider vinegar, which kind of
gives it a tartness.
You guys.
Oh, it's just so tender.
Oh, wow.
I know. My mouth.
Flo just came over here.
Yeah. The animals are being attracted.
Okay.
Okay, we going in?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Why is there not a ham loaf on every menu?
That is silly good.
Silly good. Isn't that delicious? It is, I mean, we always are doing comfort food. It's what we do.
Always.
But this is the definition of just, and it has that like, sit down at grandma's, dinner table.
Totally.
On Sunday after church, and oh my gosh.
I am dying. I'm about ready to snatch this thing whole. I'll just
So
shove it in my mouth.
good. It just gets like a warm blanket.
A little bit of a crust. That is 500,000% Loon approved.
Yay! Woohoo!
Put some green beans beside that.
I know. Who says the holidays have to be over? We're going to keep on celebrating, keep on eating good food.
That's right.
All right, you guys. And you can go and just get a ham, and you don't have to have leftover ham. Just you do whatever you can to make this. But you guys, you got to make this ham loaf.
Yes.
It is so good.
And if we haven't said so already, Happy New Year. it's coming up.
Yeah, we got so much to celebrate.
Yay!
You guys, we love you. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Make a ham loaf.